Marcel, where are you going with that disc? You are not putting that on again. Marcel, okay, if you press that button, you are in very, very big trouble.
Attention. Everybody stop what you're doing. It's time for The Unwritten Rule, a Mizzou sports podcast brought to you by the Believe Network, alongside Payton Haverman and Kenny Van Doren. Here is your host, Jack Knowlton.
Welcome back to The Unwritten Rule. Today is Monday, February 23rd. And if you're hearing my voice, it's a two-man show. Just going to be me and Payton, just the old Kenny and Payton show to recap the Missouri men's basketball game. We're recording here on Sunday. We thought about doing it right after the game. I thought Payton put it pretty well that Missouri just got beat. There were opportunities for this Tigers team to come back and beat this Arkansas Razorbacks team. The Tigers led by many as 8 points in the first half, but you always talk about winning the middle eight, and you can confidently say that Missouri Tigers did not win the middle eight in this contest. You lose this one 94-86 on the road against a ranked team in Arkansas. You had two ranked matchups. You take one at home, you lose one on the road. Definitely were opportunities to win this game. It's the first time the Tigers have scored more than 80 points this season, Payton, and have lost the game. So that's kind of where the threshold has been this season. It's been a good threshold in Dennis Gates' tenure. But I think a good place to start, Payton, just kind of recapping this game, seeing where it went wrong. You want to talk about the guard play. I think just in general from T.O. Barrett and Ant Robinson off the bench, it wasn't the best. You saw a lot of foul trouble. T.O. Barrett got to 4 fouls. Trent Pierce got to 4 fouls. Sean Phillips got to 4 fouls. And he was really battling foul trouble. Gave a lot more minutes to Trent Burns again. But just starting with the guard play, Payton, I mean, what were some of just your takeaways?
Yeah, first and foremost, I agree, with what I said yesterday still. I still stand by it. I think the game was a lot more about Arkansas just playing really well and making the plays. Every time Missouri, credit to Missouri, they stayed in the fight. They kept fighting throughout the entire game. There were a lot of runs, with the way Arkansas was shooting, that could have put Missouri to bed and had this become an unmitigated disaster. It didn't happen. This team has a lot of resilience. They've got a lot of fight in them. They stayed in it, even though I don't think they're the most talented unit. They're a very feisty unit, I think is the best way to put it. But man, if you want to point at two areas, it felt like Missouri, it did feel like it was kind of about Missouri's shortcomings. I'd say offensive rebounding was one. It felt like Arkansas got a lot of second chance points, Kenny. We'll check on that later, the exact margin, but did not love the point guard play at all in this game for Missouri. I thought both Ant and T.O. did not do a fantastic job. T.O. only 5 points. First time in a while he's really been held under wraps, and same thing with Ant Robinson, 5 points for him. Credit to T.O., he did have 5 assists, but also that went along with 4 turnovers, and there were a couple of the old passes to Sean Phillips I thought that were rather ill-advised that led to some turnovers as well. And Ant, there were just moments where I felt like Ant had a really nice sequence where he battled his way down low into the paint. I thought he had a perfect angle to just go up and get a bucket. Instead, he kind of dumps it off to Sean Phillips. It turns into a turnover. And Arkansas, I think, gets 2 points the other way. I think that put them up 5 instead of 3, instead of being down just 1, which is what it could have been. Just some rather shaky moments from the point guards yesterday. And, they had their hands full with Darius Acuff, who I think is maybe arguably conference player of the year. Credit to Missouri. They did hold Acuff under wraps. Where they really kind of lost this game was Arkansas's bigs, who have been rather weak for most of the year. They made a lot of plays. Ewan getting 16 points on 6 of 11 can't happen. Malik Thomas, he had 14 and 8. Billy Richmond, who was really kind of struggling shooting wise all year, really torched Missouri in this one. Acuff only 4 of 11. He still found a way to get to the line for 13 free throws, because Missouri just in transition, they were kind of rough. Again, I think a lot of it has to do with Arkansas being a very good offensive team, but Missouri did not help themselves at all. One good thing that did come out of this, Trevin Brazile did not play well. He fouled out. He went 3 for 9 from the field. Not a good day for him, so I'm leaving here with something.
He had 12 points. It's 12. I mean, I think in my mind, I thought he probably had more like 8 or 9. He did have 2 threes that I will remember from this game, but he did miss 5 of those as well. With Billy Richmond too, Payton, it was more that second half. They talked a lot on the broadcast about how good he was defensively, and you could see him disrupting a lot when Missouri was on the offensive side of the ball. And then he takes 10 shots in the second half, and it's probably not really his main calling card, for an opponent like this. He scores 14 points. He goes 6 for 10 from the field, 2 for 2 on his 3 field goal attempts, and those were just like daggers. You could feel those ones when they went through, and I think that's what kind of sealed it more, is that Billy Richmond became like they call him the Billy Goat, and it fits him perfectly when he's on the floor, and I think just him becoming more of an offensive presence really helped this Arkansas team that's very thin to begin with. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys reach double figures in scoring in this game for the Razorbacks, and just all around. And I think that does play into what we were talking about with the Arkansas. I mean, Arkansas just kind of deserving this win. I think that's what it kind of came down to. We don't really have too much to nitpick. Missouri did have opportunities to win this, but Arkansas had every response. Bench points from the Razorbacks, 23 points in the paint, 48 of the 94 scored by the Razorbacks. Points off of turnovers, they had 18. Second chance points, which I thought was a big one, was 15 points.
Yeah, 15 off 11 offensive rebounds. What was it for Missouri, out of curiosity?
Moving over to the visitor stats, offensive rebounds 7, second chance points only 8.
That's a big difference.
Yep. So that was something that really, it stuck with you, especially in that second half. Looking more at some of the performances here, we mentioned a little bit of that foul trouble, Payton, especially for Sean Phillips. A lot more minutes, for Trent Burns, again, 12 in this one. Only 2 players with a positive plus minus. T.O. Barrett with 1, Trent Burns with 2. Not much to really take from there. But did you like, anything new from Trent Burns in this one? I think one thing that sticks out is that he didn't have a single rebound.
Yeah, and that can't happen. He's 7'5", and not to mention, it's not like they're having him go out and guard the perimeter. I mean, they kind of stick to a zone so he doesn't have to because he can't go out and really close out and guard the shooters. So it left guys like Billy Richmond pretty wide open to knock down some threes. He cannot come away with 0 rebounds. I don't think it was demonstrably terrible minutes by any stretch. I don't think it was as good as he played against Vanderbilt. He did have a couple okay moments in this game. I don't think he needs to shoot threes. I know they say he can, but he really doesn't need to be doing that. I don't know. I thought he was okay. I don't think he's the reason they lost this game by any stretch. I don't think he played terribly great either, but definitely was not the worst performer in this game in my mind. I thought the point guard play was definitely a bigger hindrance, and I thought Jacob Cruz really, really sank them.
Well, we'll pivot to Jacob Cruz. This is like kind of I would say like a more of an underrated headline over these last couple of weeks, Payton, that we just haven't really jumped in more about. I know that there's been stretches, and you've sent it to us. We're like, I just can't see him on the floor right now. It's not working. It's not, nothing is sinking for him. But then there were stretches where on defense, he became more of a presence. He was rebounding a little bit more. I think probably the biggest thing from Jacob Cruz in this game was more so defending a teammate at halftime when there was that kind of small skirmish. But in your mind, Payton, what's gone wrong for Jacob Cruz over these last 2 weeks?
Well, he can't hit his shots. That's the main thing. If he's not hitting his shots, it's a lot harder for him to be effective. And it's not impossible. Like against A&M, I think he did hit a couple 3-pointers, but he actually, his effort in that game and actually gave you a few solid minutes defensively, stood out. But that's gone away the last three nights out. I did not think he was any good against Texas. Dennis didn't like what he saw and did not play Cruz much against Vanderbilt. And I thought he was pretty bad against Arkansas. I think Arkansas, Missouri at one point was up 32-24. Arkansas went on a blazing run to end the half, and I thought a lot of it was because they were kind of hunting Cruz on defense. So he's got to at least find a way to make some shots because otherwise it's just a lot harder for him to warrant being on the floor. I mean, he only played 8 minutes in this game.
Mm-hmm. Any positives from the offense, just scoring wise? I know Mark Mitchell had a really incredible game, and
they were good on offense.
Yeah,
I thought again, I think it's more about what Arkansas did than what Missouri did. Missouri played a good game. I mean, they shot 55% from the floor. I have a stat here from Tom Orff, who we've referenced a number of times, like a great stat keeper for Mizzou. He tweeted after this game or posted on X, the Everything app. It all happens on X. Mizzou lost today while shooting 55% from the field. The last time that happened was 11/30/2010 versus Georgetown in an overtime loss. They had won their last 55 games when they shot 55% or better from the field. So what can you do, really? I mean, they made some shots. I will say the defense wasn't great. The boarding wasn't great. It wasn't a perfect, or defensive rebounding, rather, wasn't great for Missouri. It wasn't a great performance, but a lot of it, I think, has to do more with Arkansas. Like, they got, you could argue, maybe the best game they've seen out of Mark Mitchell, and that's saying a lot. He was unbelievably good in this game, and Dennis rewarded him by playing him 39 minutes. He doesn't do this weird stuff like pulling him for the last 10 minutes of the Texas A&M game because he didn't like his aggressiveness or whatever. Dennis just lets Mark Mitchell go, and Mark Mitchell typically rewards him. I mean, you'd see 26 points, 8 of 12, 1 of 1 from three-point range. And as Tom Orff also pointed out, since conference play started, Mark Mitchell is their best three-point shooter. He's 9 for 21, I think it was, which is 42%. So there you go. 9 for 12 from the line. You'll take that from him every day of the week. 4 boards, 8 assists, 1 turnover, 8 assists to 1 turnover, no fouls. I mean, this was like as good a game as you could have ever asked for from him. I thought Pierce was pretty good as well. I think Pierce has some shortcomings defensively, but when you're putting up 22 a night and making three-pointers, you'll live with it.
And then the last thing I'll point out there too, with Jaden Stone, it felt like, especially in the first half, he just really wasn't seeing the ball as much. And he still put together 10 points in this one, 3 of 6 from shooting. Just all together, there's not much more we can really nitpick or point to. But Payton, I'm curious because I'm sure Sam might be thinking as one of our listeners, did Mark Mitchell improve his draft stock in this one? Do you think scouts were very impressed with just that overall performance?
I'm sure people were watching with Acuff being in that game. And obviously it's more than just that. I mean, they've got plenty of Arkansas. When you've got Cal as your coach, whether you want to admit it or not, there's going to be guys that are on NBA radars, no matter who it is. So I'm sure they were watching. Again, Jack's the better person to ask about that, but I can't imagine it hurt.
Looking ahead now, Payton, Missouri plays Tennessee at home on Wednesday or on Tuesday. Actually, wow, we're going back to Tuesday games, 8 p.m. on SEC Network. Last 8 p.m. tip of the season for Missouri men's basketball in the regular season. Where's your mind at with this team? James Fletcher at On 3 still has Missouri in the last 4 in. Where do you see these Tigers after this loss to Arkansas?
Yeah, I mean, Lenardi had them as a 10 seed going into yesterday, and if it weren't for Auburn upending Kentucky and UCLA upsetting Illinois, they'd still be a 10 seed. He has them as the 4th team in. So rather not like comfortable, but pretty firmly like in. That does make me think maybe 10 will do it. Maybe just beating Oklahoma and beating Mississippi State, both on the road, will be enough. They've at least got to get 2 these last out of these last 4. Some combo of 2 will maybe do it. I think 3 absolutely does it. I think Tennessee's very beatable. Tennessee's a good team again. They're the model of consistency in the SEC, even in a year that kind of feels like a rebuild. They have a great lottery draft pick in Nate Ament, and they're 10-4 in the conference. So, but I don't think it's an invincible Tennessee team. I think it's one Missouri is capable of knocking off. It's at home. I think if you get that, Mississippi State and Oklahoma, you're almost certainly in at that point. But I don't know. It's kind of, it seems like Missouri stock was boosted in a big way this past week, even though Missouri fans felt like they lost the game against Vanderbilt. The nobody that makes the bracket saw it that way. So I think Missouri's probably in a solid position. Again, Oklahoma and Mississippi State aren't gimmies, but you got to get, if you get those two, you're probably in. If you get 3 of these last 4, you're almost certainly in, I think.
Missouri's tied for 6th in the SEC right now. There's a couple of teams that are 8-4. Vanderbilt, who lost 2 games this past week, losing to Tennessee at home, and of course on the road at Mizzou. Texas is also 8-6, and Kentucky is 8-6 as well. Teams ahead that are a little bit better just in conference standings: 9-5 Texas A&M, which Missouri beats. The 10-4 teams are Alabama, Arkansas, and Tennessee. And then Florida's at the top, of course, at 12-2. So that's where the SEC slate looks like right now. Missouri, of course, on the year at 18-9. Probably going to finish with double-digit losses in just regular season play. I mean, that's kind of given at this point. But, there's still some opportunities to win games down the stretch, Payton, like you mentioned. You're going at Mississippi State next Saturday. It's a noon tip on SEC Network. And then your weekday game is against Oklahoma on the road. And then you get Arkansas at home, which they've proven that they can probably stick with Arkansas and possibly beat the Razorbacks. So good to have that one at home to finish the year. What have you kind of seen from Ken Pom? Anything else that just any other takeaways for you, Payton?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I didn't look at Ken Pom. I can check that real quick. The margin in this game was about 10 and they lost by 8. So I can't imagine. Yeah, I mean, there's still 52 in Ken Pom. I haven't checked the net. Let me check the net. But yeah, they're not going to have fallen very much after a loss like that. It really was probably as harmless a loss can get at this point. Yeah, it's still 60 in the net, so not really any big issues.
Yeah, I mean, do you have anything else? Just men's basketball? I feel like that was probably our quickest recap we've done. There just wasn't too much to really.
Yeah, sometimes there's other teams in this league that are good. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes.
You think this is the last game we'll see like that?
What do you mean by that?
That Mizzou just got flat out beat?
We'll see. I mean, Tennessee is certainly a team that could just flat out beat them. But Missouri could also beat Tennessee. It is so easy as a fan to just point out what your team did wrong in a loss. Sometimes you just got to keep it in perspective that the other team is also trying to win the game.
I mean, that's all we got men's basketball wise. Maybe Jack will talk about it next week. Maybe get him on the Friday show to give him his thoughts. He's had a very busy weekend. So hopefully you can catch some of the highlights, and we'll talk about it more on Friday's show. But before then, on the other side, we will wrap up the show with quick hits. All right, quick hits time. Before we get into just regular old quick hits for this week, which we've got Tigers in the Wild headlines, no ratio. Nothing in the chamber there today. But Ken Sports Shorts, I'll give you the number. There's 7 guys, former Missouri Tigers, that were in Major League Baseball last year. I'm not going to do the minor leagues for this. Can you name all 7 of them? 2 of them are no longer on teams currently. One of them could still be on one. Sooner than
7 Missouri major leaguers.
Yes.
Kyle Gibson.
Correct.
Max Scherzer. Those are the 2 that aren't on teams.
Yep. Kyle Gibson retired, right?
Who? Gibson? That sounds right. Scherzer should be on a team. I can't believe no one signed him yet. At least give him a 1-year deal. Cam Eisner.
Correct.
Ian Kinsler wasn't there. I don't even know how many position players there'd be. Is that Rob Zastrisny?
Yep.
He's a Brewer.
The rest are pitchers.
The rest are pitchers. Okay. Nick Tepish wouldn't have made it. Spencer Miles wouldn't have made it. Are they all relievers?
Yes. No, one of them's not.
One's a starter. Are these guys? Did any of these guys play in the playoffs?
Not last year, no. One of them's team did, but he was hurt. No, wait, no, I don't even think they reached the playoffs.
You don't remember?
Don't think.
Man, who in the world? I've only gotten 4, right? Yeah. So there's 3 more. So there's only 1 position player. 3 more. I need a league for them.
National League, and then last year the other 2 guys were both in the AL East. One of them's no longer in the AL East.
Did they sign somewhere?
So one of them is still on that team. The other one signed with an NL team.
Okay, and you don't think they made the playoffs?
One of them, yes.
Oh, Pete Fairbanks.
Yes.
Okay. Orioles didn't make it either. Is there a Missouri pitcher on Baltimore?
No.
So did this other one in the AL East make the playoffs or no?
I'll look it up real quick.
There's 3 possibilities: the Red Sox, Yankees, or Blue Jays. Were they on one?
Yeah, I forgot the Red Sox were in the playoffs. Yes, I forgot.
Oh, Houck. Yeah, that's right. So then I need one more. He's in the NL.
Now he is. Or yeah, he's always been. He's always been. Yes.
He's always been.
Sorry, I was thinking of Gibson first.
Do I know this player? Like, do I have an opinion on this player?
Yeah.
NL East?
No.
NL Central?
No.
So it's the West. Okay.
Yeah.
So this guy's not a Dodger. Guy's not. Oh, Seth Halverson.
There you go. Got them all.
Yeah, that doesn't really count.
Yes, it does.
I don't think that really counts.
Would you? I don't know. Even like when you look up baseball reference of former Missouri Tigers in Major League Baseball, Seth Halverson counts.
Well, okay, then fair enough. I think BB Ref would be a better judge than me.
He was drafted when he was with Mizzou by the Phillies in the 19th round of 2021.
Yeah, I think the same year Connor Ash signed there.
I meant to say Pete Fairbanks earlier when I said I was thinking that this guy is now in the NL and was in the AL. Still weird to think that he's with Miami now.
Very weird.
Do you have memories of him with Texas?
There's front office crossover there.
Do you have memories of him with Texas? I know.
No.
8 appearances.
Who was he traded for? Because it was like a notable trade.
Nick Solak.
Yeah.
Nuke.
Wow, we're nerding out right now. We're losing viewers fast, but that's
Nick Solak played in 4 games last year for Pittsburgh.
That's right.
His war starts with a negative symbol.
Oh man. Yeah. We love Nick Solak.
Do we?
Yeah. Why don't we move on?
All right, Tigers in the Wild. My Tiger in the Wild this week goes to Elijah Young, former Missouri running back who finished his career at Western Kentucky. He signed with the Toronto, is it just Argonauts? Argonauts, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be in the CFL now. He's bounced around. He's been on some practice squads. He did the UFL route. He actually worked out with the New Orleans Saints and ended up not getting the spot because of someone else that's close to the show, Ian Wheeler. He was the one who got that spot on the practice squad for that week instead of Elijah Young. Any fond memories of Elijah Young, Payton?
Yeah, when they made him split carries with Dawson Downing in the Armed Forces Bowl. That was really cool. Glad that a professional football player playing in a real league had to split carries with Dawson Downing, who fumbled. in that bowl game, by the way.
I'm not gonna let you go any further with that. You're Tiger in the Wild.
Do you remember? Like they
Yes,
had
I
that
remember.
2-point conversion. That was wide open, and oh man, we were there. That's why it matters to me. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yeah,
Tiger in the Wild.
Tigers in the Wild. I was in a vortex there. My Tiger in the Wild is going to be Scottie Atkinson, who, as a junior, is already the all-time leading scorer at Webster Groves High School. Does it actually put the number of points he has? Well, either way, he broke Courtney Ramey's 1,838 point mark as a junior. Of course, he is coming not this year with Jason Crow Jr., but the year after.
Yeah, top 50 recruit, class of 2027, 4-star guard, jumped in early with Missouri. He was committed to Mizzou before Mizzou even had someone committed in the 2026 class. He was ready to lock in. I think a good thing about Scottie too, and I'm not going to speak for him or what the future holds, but I think he'll stick around at Webster. He moved to St. Louis to play basketball. He's originally from Marion, Kentucky, or Illinois, just right near that Kentucky border. And he moved to St. Louis. He's playing for a national program at Webster Groves. This is a very rich basketball program, too. He won state title last year. And I think he's going to stick around. Just talking with his coach, Justin Mathis, they feel very confident that he's a guy that would finish his 4 years at Webster Groves. When a lot of people are getting opportunities to go play at Link or in another boarding school or national program that might be a little bit more like a college opportunity just in your senior year, I think there's a world where Scottie stays and gets to finish out his career at Webster.
There you go.
Tiger, what'd you say?
Holding you to it.
Hold me to it. Tiger in the Wild for Jack, who's not here. If you guys haven't noticed already. Number 8, gymnastics postseason high, 197.550, wins Mizzou quad. It feels like Jack's been talking about this Mizzou quad for a while. It included Air Force, Illinois, and Ball State, and Mizzou won it this past Friday. Continuing, moving forward for this Mizzou gymnastics team, there's some good showstoppers. Rayleigh Jackson claimed at least a share on vault, 9.925, beam at 9.9, and the floor routine at 9.925. Kind of moving forward as well, up next, Mizzou caps off its home slate against number 7 Arkansas for Senior Day on Sunday, March 1st, so next weekend, which is crazy to think, Payton. At 1 p.m. at the Hearn Center. It'll be on SEC Network Plus.
Beat the Pigs. Knowlton also wanted us to mention, posted a season best 49.575 on the floor. You mentioned Rayleigh Jackson. Amy Weir shared the title on beam. Tied a career best score of 9.900 for the 4th time. Also, Horton had the uneven bars title with 9.925. There you go.
There we go. Headlines. This is a fun one, Payton. I think this is a lot of fun. Austin Peay survives North Florida with improbable last-second shot. And the reason we're talking about this is because the last-second shot is from a former Missouri Tiger. Payton, did you seen this video, right?
I did see the ending, yes. It was insanity.
So Anton Brookshire gets the rebound and puts it back in with no time left.
Was it a rebound? I thought it was a long.
Oh, he just pretty much, if you're watching with us on YouTube, just dumps it in and goes straight to the bench. And he was, ecstatic. They had to check first to make sure it went in. It went in. The one thing I picked up from this, Payton, Anton Brookshire looks so old. Like, that does not look like the same Anton Brookshire who was a freshman at Missouri 3 years ago. But that's what I took from this.
It's 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. Time flies. I was so hyped for Anton Brookshire. I remember coming off that tournament year for Conzo. I'm like, okay, you got this local kid who's like a sharpshooter. Didn't work out. He moved down to Iona. Then he bounced to Austin Peay. He's found a good niche, so good for him. If you didn't see the ending, like, there was a Chris Webber moment. Like, Austin Peay got a rebound and called timeout when they didn't have any. So North Florida got a pair of technical free throws. They made one, missed the other. After the make, that's when they kind of Hail Mary baseball past it, and Brookshire sank the game winner. So
Trying to pull it
anything
up real quick. Here's the video for those that are on the YouTube, just so you can get a glimpse of what Payton's talking about. This is what I thought it was a rebound, because I thought it bounced off of something. No, it just bounces off North Florida right into his hands. He flips it in, goes straight to the bench, hugging everybody. What an opportunity. There's like some good overlap with the Missouri guys in Austin Peay to begin with.
I think their coach is like a guy with Missouri ties, if I'm not mistaken. But or maybe I'm confusing him with someone. I thought he was. Maybe I'm wrong. Either
Austin
way,
Peay won the ASUN regular conference title on Saturday as well. This was a midweek game. Ended up beating Jacksonville State or Jacksonville. Which one was it?
In the ASUN, I think it would be Jacksonville.
Yep. So just regular Jacksonville. They won the ASUN regular season title.
How can you not love ASUN madness?
Payton, your headline.
My headline is going to be international news. Jack Hughes. It comes from ESPN, by the way. Probably by way of AP. We'll scroll down and we'll see Kenny. No, Emily Kaplan, the NHL reporter there. The headline is Jack Hughes, Connor Hellebuck. Can you scroll back up? Magic net gold for US in OT. Yeah, I mean, like one of the premier Olympic memories I have is the 2010 Vancouver, I think it was, where the US and Canada went to OT and Sidney Crosby had the golden goal. That was, even as a little kid, I was like, dang, that was kind of tough to watch. So redemption here. The US was totally outplayed for a lot of the game. But they don't hand out gold medals for winning in the shoulda won department. They give out gold medals for who won. Jack Hughes had the game winner. Connor Hellebuck was incredible. Like one of the best goalie performances I've ever seen. And the U.S. upended Canada for gold, man. Pretty sick. One of the more fun games I've watched. I woke up late, but I actually did catch a good portion of it. So, Kenny, did you watch it? I think you watched
I watched the final two periods. I wasn't awake for the first one. That's saved by Hellebuck. I mean, that's the photo. That photo is going to be in his man cave, wherever he's going to put it. It is incredible. And I don't know if you've seen it from the above shot too, with his stick.
With the stick, yeah.
Yeah, trying to save it. So incredible performance. Yeah, I'm not the biggest hockey fan, of course. Didn't grow up with hockey in Southeast Texas. But whenever you can see that USA on a jersey, I think you go full red, white, and blue. The Eagles are flying around, Freebirds playing. I think that was just an awesome feeling. I remember watching the Four Nations in the United States lost to Canada with a Canadian who's been on this show before, and Connor McGovern, who worked at KCOU and we did in college, and good friend of ours still to this day. And I remember the defeat, the feeling of it just instantly. There's nothing like, there's not like a home run. It's like, oh, is it going to go over? It's a puck went right in and it just ruined it. It ruined it for everyone except for Connor in that room, since he is a dual citizen of Canada. He hasn't been texting much since this happened.
I haven't heard from him.
Unfortunate that he shares a name with a first name with Hellebuck and Connor. But what a game. It makes you love the sport of hockey too, and just love your nation when they go to the Olympics, no matter how you think things are going on back home. This is a pretty fun and eventful day for the United States.
Yeah, hockey is the one event I'll always tune in for at the Winter Olympics.
All right, one more final headline for Jack. Cameron Boozer, number 3 Duke, knockoff number 1 Michigan. If you're hearing that and you're like, why did the ACC and Big Ten play? Well, there was a game in Washington, D.C., and I thought this was pretty cool that it was just set up, because this was scheduled before the start of the season. And by metrics-wise, these are the number 1 and number 2 teams in the country. It's not just, it's even better than number 1 versus number 3. But Duke wins this game. I caught a little bit of the first part, right when it started, because it did come on right after the Mizzou game. Did you get to watch much of it, Payton?
I didn't watch it. I was disappointed after Missouri lost, so I wasn't feeling college basketball at that point, so I just tuned out. But I heard it was an incredible game. I think these teams even agreed to use the type of basketball that'll be used in the tournament, like in the NCAA tournament. Like it was a different type of ball. So
yeah, it was a difference between Spalding and
Wilson, I
Whatever.
think.
Wilson, yeah, those
Yeah.
are the top two.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't love that there's a Big Ten ACC game in like late February, but it is kind of cool. I have to admit, like a game like that being played on a neutral court is fun.
Hey, what are the odds that it's the number 1 and number 3 team in an AP poll by this time too? I think that's pretty sick for that to happen. And the team that was ranked lower, was listed as the home team, of course, but still in Washington, D.C., wins the game. I think that's a lot of fun. I think it's good for the sport at the same time as well, especially this late into the year. Joke, Payton, before we get out of here?
Yeah, I've got a 2019 Washington National of the Week for you. This week we're going to go with Carter Keyboom, Kenny. I think you and I are some Carter Keyboom enthusiasts, actually. A former highly touted prospect. 2019 was his rookie year. He only played in 11 games. I think he was a September call-up. Did not fare too well. Negative .9 WAR. But he was getting his first taste of the big leagues. Man, it's a bummer. His career did not turn out the way I think a lot of people hoped. He did play for the Los Angeles Angels in 3 games last year, so it's not over, but probably not going to be what his career is. Probably not going to be what I think a lot of people hoped. I mean, he was a big time prospect, so I don't even think he played in the playoffs at all. I'd be stunned if he did. I didn't even look, but yeah, Carter Keyboom, 2019 National of the Week. Kenny, any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Did not play in the postseason whatsoever. Looking at it right now, he's still kicking around, though. He signed with the Guardians this offseason. Got invited to big league camp, so he's in big league camp right now, not on the 40-man roster, but probably going to start the year with the Columbus Clippers. He's a fine, AAA team. He's still 28. Maybe there's some hope that he can try to carve out some utility role. But I remember how hyped he was in those couple years and then in that stretch.
I think I picked him back when we used to do like preseason MLB picks, which maybe we should do again. I think I picked him for rookie of the year in 2020 or something.
That's crazy if you did. Because I mean, even that next year, we knew that it just wasn't on the right trajectory for him. Like there was just so many.
I still believed, man. I picked that Nationals team to win the NL again because they were coming off
in 20.
In
2020.
In 20, yeah. Because I mean they were coming off that dazzling playoff run. I don't remember how it ended. Maybe you can help me out there. Juan Soto was just having this superstar ascendance. I thought they were so good. They re-signed Strauss.
Never pitched again, did he?
No, he kept getting hurt. He definitely pitched again, but he didn't pitch much.
Rehab. I don't think he pitched in the majors.
No, he did. He pitched in the majors. I'm pretty sure he pitched against the Marlins in the majors after that.
And I typed in Steven Straw, and his name wasn't even the first one. Oh, he pitched in 2021 and 2022. He pitched in 6 games. 2020, he pitched in 2. So after the World Series in 2019, he totaled 8 starts across 3 seasons.
I remember there was always an interesting debate, was that pick worth it? I would still say yes.
They won a World Series.
Yeah. And he was a big part of it.
Yeah. And he was always going to remember as a big deal, that team. Payton, do you have a joke?
Yeah, I do. It's called the AJ Hinch goes to Will Harris in Game 7 out of the bullpen against Howie Kendrick. Joke of the week. It comes from our favorite TV series, The Today Show. Kenny, how did the piano get locked out of its car?
It lost its keys.
It lost its keys. There you go, Kenny. Well, you sound annoyed. I can't imagine why.
Yeah, I'm pretty annoyed, Payton. That was, yeah, thanks.
I don't know why you'd be so annoyed. Shout out Sarah Lemire for the joke.
That's going to do it for this episode of Unwritten Rule. Next Friday, hopefully the 3 of us will all be back together. Pretty quick show today. Hope you guys some other podcasts you can listen to as well this week. But we'll be back together next Friday talking about the Tennessee basketball game, wherever Mizzou men's basketball's trajectory is from there. And then we'll kind of see just what else is going on. We know the combine's coming up too, so maybe we can get our buddy Jacob Infante to come on and talk about the NFL draft. But until then, have a safe week. And Payton wants to bring something back up. And thank you for doing that, Payton. It is Garrett Cole. All right. We'll see you guys next week.